One of the great legends of Major League Baseball, Babe Ruth, retired 86 years ago today. And I can already hear you asking, Chris, what the heck does that have to do with the Atlanta Braves of 2021? Well, sit back. We're going to get there. Hold tight. But first, thanks for coming in and joining us on Bold and Braves. I'm Chris Vanell, and every single Wednesday, this is where I am, on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. So be sure to subscribe to our channel. The red subscribe button is below. Like this video if you like what you see. And if you want to keep coming back, the best way to do it, follow us on social media at Atlanta Sports Unlimited on both Facebook and Twitter so you can keep up with all your Atlanta sports needs and everything we've got going on. All right, so this is a Babe Ruth jersey. And no, it's not a New York Yankees jersey. Despite the red, it's not even a Boston Red Sox Babe Ruth jersey. It's a Boston Braves jersey. And that's the franchise that the current Atlanta Braves can kind of trace their history, trace their roots back to, the Boston Braves. It's also where Babe Ruth ended his famed career. And not a lot of people know that, or they just kind of push it aside because it wasn't exactly his best time as a Major League Baseball player. But here's a little proof of him playing for the Boston Braves. That's from 1935, when Ruth was 40 years old. And at 40, he really wasn't Babe Ruth anymore. He played 28 games with the Braves, hit 181 with 6 home runs and 12 knocked in, and actually half of those home runs, 3 of them, came in the same game. So he just wasn't really Babe Ruth anymore, and he knew it. So he chose to retire a third of the way through the season. Played his final games on Memorial Day weekend, 1935. His final game was May 30th. And he retired officially just a few days later, June 2nd, 1935. Like I said in the opening, 86 years ago today. But let's get back to the crux of this video and this jersey. Today, we've got this jersey that represents 2 things. And the first one's a little cheesy, so hang with me. But this 3, we're 1/3 of the way through the Atlanta Braves 2021 season. So remember that, because that's going to be kind of an important part of my second point. The second point is the 2021 Atlanta Braves are trying to pull the reverse Babe Ruth, is what we'll call it. Babe Ruth was so great for so long, 2 decades of excellence. With the Boston Red Sox, his time as a pitcher, and, you know, when he got the bat in his hands too, he was obviously fantastic. And then all those years with the New York Yankees, championship rings, home runs, memories with Lou Gehrig. That's what people remember. And then there were the 28 games with the with the Boston Braves that no one remembers because they were terrible. They weren't Babe Ruth type of playing days. 181 average, 6 home runs. 40-year-old Babe Ruth wearing a jersey that no one remembers him for. People don't care about that. They don't remember it. They've kind of gotten it out of their brains because there are so many more good times to remember with Ruth and so many more memorable times than the Boston Braves days. So here's where the Atlanta Braves come in. They've kind of had the reverse of that. Instead of having a great start to their career, they've had a shaky, an uneven, a bad start to this 2021 season. And so now we're a third of the way through. And like I said, not where they want to be. This is a team with World Series aspirations. And they're 25 and 27 as I record this. They're 4 games back in the division. They've been playing really kind of 500 ball lately, but their start to the season, and I mean the very initial start, was horrendous. They went 0-4 in their first 4 games, all to divisional opponents. And in their first 12, once again, all to divisional rivals, they went 4-8. Played 500 ball since then, but 4-8. Freddie Freeman, the MVP of the National League last year, has been kind of Marcell Ozuna has been worse than Ozzie Albies. And I'm not going to keep making noises, but the starting pitching has been pretty bad too. The bullpen has been, there's units of this team that are just not living up to the expectations, but we're only a third of the way through the season. And so they could pull the reverse Ruth here, where they make everyone forget about this kind of so-so start to the year by playing great baseball through the last 2/3. If they go on a run, no one's really going to care about the first third of the season, especially if the Braves just end up right back in the playoffs, because it won't matter. They've gotten to their end goal here, and now they've got a chance to chase a ring. So we'll see what happens, but there haven't been many days that the Atlanta Braves fans have probably wanted to remember from the Braves so far this season. We'll see how the last 2/3 of the year play out. Will they be more Babe Ruth, where, remember the good, give them so much good that they forget the bad? Or will the Atlanta Braves let their bad define them?